Hey, what is up, guys? Matt with Mikey Designs here. Just getting all set up. Give me one moment here while I give y'all something to look at aside from a black screen here. There we go. That's better. But we're just kind of wrapping our day up. We had a client swing by. Actually, one of my friends from high school ordered some shirts for his CrossFit. It's a CrossFit gym that he goes to, and he's heavily into that stuff, and they got a little event coming up. So I was happy to get some shirts to him at the last minute. And it's a Monday. I hope everybody's Monday is going well. I forgot to turn the compressor off, didn't I?
I like that thing.
And she's prepping up, getting herself a little glass of wine, getting into shop talk, shop known.
Yeah, I got myself.
I
have myself a glass of wine, and I'm sitting here like trying to put my glasses on, but they're all foggy, so I'm like licking them.
Why are you licking? You're licking your glasses. That's
what my mom. That's a trick my mom used to do, and so I started doing it.
I don't wear glasses, but if I did, like sunglasses, I just do the.
Well, it doesn't help when it's like everything's like caked on there.
What have you been doing that your hands are all caked up with stuff and get off your glass? Ah, that's true. That's a little different.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, yo! Matt, yo! Steven Signs, yo! Alfred, not Albert, yo! You're hilarious. Matt's awesome because he just thinks he's the funniest person in the world.
You know, I just think I'm funny to me, and that's all that matters. Right, Mom?
I think some of the most embarrassing moments I have is when I actually tell a joke and then I laugh harder than anybody else.
See, well, there you go. You think your jokes are just hilarious, and most of the time they're dad jokes. And what was it the other day? There was some joke, not that you read off here on the live stream, but it was just something that you read off, and you're like, "That's hilarious." I was like, "Yeah, it's the dad." I think it was the of that lifesaver package of candy that you got.
I'm dragging a fruit.
No, it says
I'm dragging fruit.
I'm dragging fruit because
I'm dragging fruit.
Dragon fruit flavored candy. I was just like, "That's great, sweetheart. That's hilarious."
I thought it was really, really funny. Anyways, but I like puns, and you know what? They actually say that puns are one of the most intelligent jokes you can make, and that's why, like, one of the reasons why Shakespeare is so respected for his comedy theater, because he punned a lot. He had a lot of dad jokes.
He punned.
I don't know if that's a word.
He punned a lot.
He punned a lot, but
I don't know if it is either.
But no, it's actually like a really intelligent form of joke telling. Even if most people think it's stupid, it's just actually, a clever way of telling a joke. Anyways, Endless Ink Printing, yo! Hey, Sunny, yo!
Yeah, I need to get my pop-up chat going on because I'm not seeing it for myself here. Everybody's chiming in. I don't know who's chiming in.
Hi, Liberty.
Let me get with the program here.
I thought you
be part of
the
cool kid. No, I was not, because I was over there preparing stuff for you, and then I was like, okay, it's time. You got up off the couch there and went and made yourself a drink. I was just about to go live with you sitting there. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just went live with you sitting there and got you on camera.
That's grounds for divorce, darling.
Sure knew.
Hey, Indigenous, yo!
What happened? I got Shannon on a live stream. That's it? Yeah. Nah, I didn't cheat on her or anything. I got her on live stream. And that was what did it in for us is I stole her soul and put it out there live for everybody to see.
Dr. Horror, yo!
Is it doctor or is it DR? These are things that I wonder. But anyhow, what's up, everybody?
That would have never occurred to me.
No?
No.
And doctor generally just capital D R period?
Yes.
Come on, you're the one with the doctorates over there.
I have a Juris Doctorate.
Yeah, that's a lot of reading and typing to do, isn't it? Or at least wouldn't it have been?
It was a lot of reading and typing, mostly crying.
What?
It was very stressful.
No wonder. Anyhow, all right, I'm gonna switch the camera over so you can see myself and Apollo. Since Shannon doesn't want to be part of the cool kid club and get on camera.
I have never been part of the cool kids club.
What are you talking about? You're so cool. You're the coolest person I know.
Shut up. As I walk around and slip.
At least to me. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our little live stream that is Shop Talk. Hey, by the way, guys, if y'all haven't gone over to our Facebook group, go over and join. That way, if you guys want, or you have questions or pictures you want to share, what's going on in your shop, you're more than welcome to post those there. Just search Shop Talk, screen printing, Q&A, and news. It's up there on Facebook. Facebook, though, is it just me, or is Facebook kind of like this dying thing? I know it's still strong, but I don't know. Facebook's cool for what it is. However, seems like Instagram is the bee's knees these days.
I don't have a Facebook. And honestly, I've watched you. I've watched you go through Facebook and everything, and I feel just absolutely ancient. I'm like, I feel like one of those people that like the old people that get made fun of. Like, how do you work this thing? I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't have a Facebook. I didn't like the Facebook.
You didn't like the Facebook?
I didn't like the Facebook. The Facebook, yes. And it stressed me out, and I was irritated, like with the, old
being
relatives.
Social and having to have pictures.
I was irritated with old relatives, like wanting to share like all these really stupid things. So I got off Facebook, and you know what? I'm happier that way.
That's what I mainly get these days is family that's like in their 60s sending me just stupid stuff where it's like, share this if you love Jesus, share this if you like me, share this if you want luck for whatever the case may be. And I was like, these things are, I don't think you need to share something in order to like kind of show your love for someone or to say, hey, I believe in this or that. And I don't think I'm gonna get any more luck by sharing a picture that has money on it or something, or I don't know. I think it's silly.
Anyway, so Jason says he is the Cool Kids Club. Jason, will you let me in? And Medusa, yes, it is a Doberman. He's our shop dog. We take him everywhere.
Yes, he's
because we're here like all the time.
Good old Apollo sleeping over there on the sofa there.
We told him he's not allowed up there. He doesn't listen.
No, he's made that thing just it looks. He'll run out back, dig, and then come and jump on the couch there, the futon,
like
wherever it is.
Everywhere.
And he's quite the mess. And we'll have clients come over. I'd hate to leave them at home, but he just wants attention constantly,
Well,
and he
besides,
wants our clients' attention when they come in, and then he piddles a little bit because he's still a puppy.
Oh
He's
my
4
God,
months
yeah,
old.
he pees.
So the client, my friend that just came over, he peed on the floor as soon as him and his wife came in.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting
like,
around,
"Oh, great."
please don't pee, please don't pee.
We have to
He
have
already did. Damn it.
we have to have 409 and paper towels on hand constantly. But he's good with people, and most everybody doesn't mind. I don't think there's been a single person that's come in that has really minded. The UPS lady was a little scared of him, but aside from that, I don't know. It's not like we're a storefront and we get a lot of walk-ins to begin with. And there's been times we had clients come in and be like, "I'll handle this," and you take the dog outside.
Yeah, that actually, yeah, that happened especially last week. And then I'm like walking the dog back and forth behind the shop in the little run area, and just trying to keep him entertained. And it rains, which is awesome. So I'm sitting there in the rain while Matt's like inside dealing with a client. I come back, I'm just like, man,
It was a drizzle.
it was enough that my hair frizzed.
It was a misty drizzle.
My hair frizzed. Anyways, okay, 2 ugly people, Eddie Jr., B3 Screen Printing, Screen Princess. Yo! And by the way, Screen Princess, you really do not want us to do that.
What'd she say?
Put a black light on the futon.
Put a black light on the futon? No, you don't want all that. You don't even need a black light on there because it's black. It just shows up as it is. It looks it looks like something it isn't. And let's just say that between Apollo and the kids coming up here making a mess, they just they've wreaked havoc on the futon over there. We need to get a cover for it, so that way we can actually wash it.
Anyways,
anyhow,
Matt wants to know.
I do?
No, it's your evil twin, Matt.
My brother from another mother.
Yeah. He says, "How come you guys don't link the Facebook group in the description?"
In the description of this video? Well, I mean, I'll start putting it in the description of future videos. I didn't put it in this particular video. I did last time after it was all said and done. Sometimes, like, we get finished with work and then we jump on and do this, and some of the little small details like that get overlooked just because we just have a lot on our plate, a lot of things to think about and do.
Yeah.
And and even with the YouTube channel, I mean, that's something that's always like, I'm always doing something. Not that I'm trying to like keep up with posting daily, but I mean, there's times when things come up and I can record a couple, 2 or 3 videos at a time, and even that in itself takes a lot of time. It can be overwhelming. I don't even feel like I'm even getting close to that burnout phase, which a lot of creators do. The thing with us is like, we got work to do. And the YouTube and kind of like what we're doing here, people ask questions and then we do our best to help out. Same thing with the YouTube videos. I'm like, there's probably about a segment, about 15 to 30 minutes a day where I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on, who has what questions, and I'll go and answer them. And with things picking back up, it can be hard to get around to that. That reminds me, someone emailed about something. I forgot what it was.
I can't help you. I don't know why you're looking at me.
It's someone from YouTube, subscriber, and we hadn't had a chance to get around to that. So between comments, creating stuff to put up on YouTube, emails, and I guess one of the reasons for the Facebook group is not only for me to be able to help out the community that is our channel, but also so you guys can chime in too, because you guys are pretty smart and know y'all stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so indigenous, I'm not responding to that.
What did he say?
No.
I'll respond to it. Let me take a look. Let's see. Mine always lags over here. I don't know what's going on.
Anyways,
mine's just got his Monahu.
Oh, really?
Monahu.
That's
the only thing
there.
I see. Yeah, and then it's Dr. Horror or DR Horror. Thanks, Shannon. Hola, amigos.
That's like you're so behind.
La Cuidad de Mexico. Un saludo. I hope I said that right.
Anyways, we got a couple questions.
What are they, since I can't see them?
Exactly. Uproar has a multi-part question. When we choose to do the CMYK simulation process overprint, how do we price it by the amount of? Do we price it by the amount of screens, or how?
Yeah. So.
Liberty said not even close.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, dude. My Espanol is not as good as it used to be. So going back to that, I mean, really, it's we have a screen fee for each screen that we have to do, and then there's a price point for each color. It goes up in price for each color, and then we have our brackets from 12 to 36, 36 to 72 and on up. So, I mean, if they're providing artwork and they just want us to print it, then it's just part of the cost.
Well,
because, I mean, unless we're having to design the art, we'll charge it a design fee. But, I mean, separating and all that's just pretty much part of doing the job.
Well, I think what he's asking is like for the special cases, like CMYK spot process, or like the oversized prints, which I do know that we charge a fee for oversized.
Yeah, I mean we charge for oversized prints, but for CMYK and all that, it's just another print job. It's no different than we would charge for a job that has
RhyBeats!
5 spot colors, just like if it were a square, a triangle, and a circle, and there were 3 different colors like red, yellow, and blue. We don't really charge anything differently than we would with simulated process, and a lot of the reason for that is just because the softwares like Separation Studio, I mean, you can just plunk them down in there and then it separates them pretty quickly, and you just kind of pick and choose what colors you're going to get rid of. I mean, there's a lot of times where there might not be a green in there or something, and you just delete those and then import them into your document where you're going to separate them out and just print them. So we kind of got all that, the time to do all that stuff figured into the pricing of our screen printing fees and all that. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I mean, we don't really charge any special fee. I'm sure there are shops that will charge for separations to do that, but we've got our pricing down towards where I know how long it takes to do each screen. Kind of like y'all saw me doing the videos. Like I'd try to time how long it takes to do each of these processes, and like I know it takes about, on average, about 50 minutes a screen from the time I reclaim it drying, coating them, and all that. I don't count the time they sit in the cabinet drying, but the amount of time that I'm handling it and the amount of time it takes to do a separation as well. All that's figured out. With like say a simple one color job, I mean that's 40 minutes rather than 50, but if it's more than one color we're having to register up, then it generally about 50 minutes per screen from the time it's reclaimed and onto the press. Handling the screens. What is it?
Oh, nothing. I'm just waiting for you to finish because we got more questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugly,
Well, I think
Ugly
I'm
wants to
done
know
with-
if we. God, that feels weird saying that. It's like I'm trying to be mean or something. Ugly wants to know if we go full automatic now, or do we still use the manual press? The answer to that is, for the most part, we're completely automatic, except for things like tag prints, sleeves, and things like toddlers. Mostly because we don't have the palettes that are gonna work just yet. But we found somebody contacted us through YouTube, and he is buying a Javelin, and he's going to get the extra pallets for the youth and the sleeves and all of that, and he's going to send it to us, and we're just going to pay him, and he's just going to ship it from Canada. So right now, basically mostly automatic, but for the stuff that we can't fit on the press, or if it just makes more sense to use the manual for.
Yeah, they're for the most part we've been using the automatic with everything, just because it makes, I'd say that the setup time's probably a little slower because you have to actually physically walk around the press. Aside from that, I mean, once everything's all dialed in and you're happy with it, I generally have taken my time with doing setup anyways, just to make sure I don't have any, like my white base, make sure no whites coming out from around my colors and all that, and just making sure that I'm happy with it. And once you're going, it's faster. But then one of the things about the automatic is keeping an eye on your inks and making sure that each print head still has plenty of ink and it hasn't shoved it to the side. Like with the manual, you know, you're pulling the screens around to you. You can just kind of collect the ink and move on about your business. But you know, when it comes to like these just the multiple color jobs, it's definitely a lot faster. Go ahead.
No, go on. Mine was just a random tangent.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
One of the things I am going to say, though, is like that. What I've really missed, because we really do use the automatic so much, is we used to
listening to music.
Yes, we used to play so much music. And so finally I just got fed up, and I put a pair of headphones into my phone, and just, if I'm not wearing pants with pockets, I just shove it like in my shirt, and then just like I'll just like jam out by myself now, because we can't, like, I can't hear you anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna know you're talking whether or not there's music or not.
Well, part of that too, like I've enjoyed music being played in the shop. The only thing is, at times the damn music would be so loud, and I'm like trying to tell you something. Hey, Shannon, we got a blowout coming down. And you're like, huh? I'm like, turn the music down if you can't hear me.
Okay, first off, I don't sound like that.
And you're right. It's like,
You're hilarious. Anyways, but so what's different now? I can't hear you over that damn press.
It's not going constantly. Oh, it's kind of like who was it? Is his name Andrew? Angela's husband? Angela's husband, is it Andrew?
I think so.
Anyhow, he came in to pick up some shirts and came into the shop area, and Shannon was jamming away on the stereo and had it just really cranked. He came in and they're like yelling over the radio. I'm like, Shannon! She couldn't hear me. I'm like, turn it down so you can talk to him.
You know what? If it's too loud, you're too old. Anyways,
that's
okay.
Not, says the person that's like, oh my God, the compressor's so loud.
It is stupid loud. Anyways, I don't know what's going on with today. Last week we had like 0 questions, and now I'm getting flooded over here. So we need to be focusing on that.
Flood away. Focus away, Shannon.
Eddie Jr., just so you know, I can't actually be a Shannon Esquire because I never took the bar. He wants to know what's up with the subscription. I can't answer that because I don't even know.
We're working on it.
That means nothing's progressed. That means absolutely 0 things have happened.
You know, we've
No, oh wait, there has been progress. You took my sketch pad from over here to over to your desk.
This just in, the update is we have the sketchbook with sketches sitting over here.
instead of
See, so
instead of
this is progress. Don't get me wrong. No, we haven't forgot about it. It's something that. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do, guys, is I'm just gonna have to stop recording videos. I'm not saying like stop, but yeah, it's a project that I do want to focus on. I guess I've just been in what my projects are is creating new content to put out on the YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna focus on this.
Don't show them. No, stop!
I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. Anyhow, there's a bunch of Shannon. I can show them some sketches. They might say, "Hey, I want that one." Okay, I'm not gonna put it up there. Anyhow, so I've got the sketchbook here. Shannon's mad at me now because I'm showing. So here's one of the designs right here. No, Shannon, is that one? Is that one okay to show? This one right here.
That was when I was designing the shop note.
This is a very minimal. No, we got some designs. That's actually part of Shannon's when she was putting together her shop gnome design. And then I think our daughter Madison went through and
she took 50 pages of my sketchpad.
About 1 million feathers, which I have no idea why, and made all of Shannon's feathers nice and colorful, and then the one she drew for me is just brown and it's like dead. That's what she thinks of me, little brat.
I'm the favorite.
Anyhow, okay, so one of the holdups with that is, we were trying to get that going by the beginning of February. Like, we want to kick it off at the beginning of the month. So I'll be sure to post a video saying, hey, we're doing our subscription deal. I'll have a link and everything. I got to create a page as well. It's not only about digitizing the designs, coming up with, whatever color combination shirt wise we're going to go with, but I have to create a page as well on our website for y'all to go over and be able to hit that subscription button and become part of that subscription. So even though it sounds like a pretty simple thing, it's still an undertaking, just having to essentially create the page, digitize the art, put mock-ups and all that stuff up. And then, just as we were talking about this, it's like we were just kind of steady and we weren't like super slammed with work, and then all of a sudden it's just like all these embroidery orders, all these t-shirt orders coming in. Like we got a lot of orders in excess of 300 t-shirts. Okay, I'm not going to say a lot. Well, we have orders in excess of 300, some are 150, and then we've got a bunch of 36ers.
We've got a couple 36ers, but I think honestly our smallest order is gonna be about 100, and then there's the 200, then there's the 500, and then
the 350. And then what was Amy's?
Amy's wasn't too bad. Amy's like 186.
Okay. So yeah, we've got a lot on our plates, and we're definitely moving forward with it. So just be patient with us.
Yeah, just be patient.
Let's just go ahead and say the beginning of March, because I do kind of need a deadline on myself to just go ahead and be like it. Not that I need to be forced to do it, but if I'm putting like a deadline out there, then I'll definitely make sure I meet that. So, what's that?
Let's try to make this.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and Matt, to answer your question real fast, the subscription is going to be a monthly thing where you pay X amount. We haven't really settled on a hard number, but once a month we'll send you an original design shirt. Okay, and guys, I know I'm getting flooded with questions, so give me a second. I promise I'm going to get to everybody. There was one about God, if I can just get up to it. Because you've been talking and it's just been bam, 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 bam.
My bad. I'll keep the answers not as long-winded.
Okay, first off, hi R. You know, I actually had a cat named S once.
Yeah, I don't
okay,
know
question on invoicing. Do you all itemize by blank shirts, screen fees, etc., or just one line for the shirt with everything inclusive in the price? Can I answer this one because I'm the one that does it?
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, it depends. It really, really depends on the client you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to lay everything out there and itemize everything, and Matt actually prefers to like make everything one single line.
Right.
And there have been times I've gotten mixed reviews on all of it. There's been times that people are confused by the one line thing. They're like, why is it that much? I'm like, okay, well, it's this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And then there's other times, though, that like one of our clients that we worked with at school, she's like, just send it to me in one line. This confuses me. And I'm just like, and that confuses them too, because like if it's itemized sometimes. So it really depends on the client you're working with. Personally, I just prefer to do it itemized because that way you're covering your ass.
She likes to at times. So the blank shirt's never a separate item. It will be the shirt plus the screen printing costs, and then like screen fees is generally how she does it. Every now and then she might have it itemized towards where the front and the back are separate.
Well, I did that in the beginning.
Right. But I think that was a little too much.
Yeah, it made it look, because there's one thing about itemizing it. If you're itemizing every single tiny little thing, then it just becomes a blur. And it's more likely that there are going to be, miscommunications, misunderstandings. The client's not going to be able to confirm everything, and you think that you're good to go. Also, it can be really overwhelming for them. So what I've started to do is just, in the description, I'll put the shirt model number plus like what it is, say a Gilded 5000, then I'll write heavy cotton. And then after that, I put the color of the shirt, and then as a semicolon, 2 print locations, 1 color front, 3 color back, whatever.
Shannon's getting in deep.
Well, that's what I do. And then I list the screen fees underneath it and any other upcharges that we have to do. So that's how I do it. But, everyone has their own preference.
I generally, a lot of the time, I'll just make it one line. Like, here's the cost of your t-shirt. I'll include the screen fees and all that stuff in there. And it's just, for me, it's simpler a lot of the times. However, I will do invoices where it's like the cost of the shirt and screen printing, and then have a separate line for the screen fee. So it kind of goes both ways. All right,
yeah, and
Shannon,
it's really all about personal preference. Okay,
see,
so Uproar had a
question.
second part of his question. How do you choose what process to do when you're doing like CMYK?
I will say that it's generally spot process versus CMYK. CMYK is generally, I'll do that when there are more colors than the press can handle. Like, say for instance, if I can't make a yellow and a red, like yellow and red, I can make an orange, red and blue, you can make purples and all that. But if there's a million different shades in there, that there's just like no way that spot process is going to be able to replicate that print, then I'll use CMYK. And I'll even do CMYK on top of an underbase. So I mean, most of the time, spot process will handle most of those colors, because if like I can do a white base and print flash print that and then flash it again, print flash. So that way I have a bright white base and then print 5 colors on top of that. And by the time you're using 5 colors, I mean, let's say it's on a black shirt, then you have red, blue, golden, yellow, magenta, green. A lot of times all those colors, printing all those down will make just about every color under the sun. But I mean, there's certain cases where spot process just isn't going to cut it, and doing CMYK on top of a white base is what I'll do. But it's not very often that I do CMYK printing. And Shannon can tell you that there's not a whole lot of it that we do. For the most part, it's spot process because um, good rule of thumb: CMYK on white shirts, and then
Oh, and
spot process on color shirts. But even to this day, I'm doing spot process more so now than CMYK, even on white shirts, and that's because it's more consistent than CMYK printing is. I mean, especially if you're doing it manually, each shirt can look different.
which one's the one that you want the soft style for, if possible? Which process is it? Is it the CMYK or is it this?
Oh yeah, CMYK. So that way it'll lay down the your white base. You can get a smoother print on it just kind of depends on the model of shirt. But if the smoother I can get the base down to print CMYK on top of, the better off you are, because those little peaks and valleys in the underbase, if there's any fibrillation going on, then with CMYK printing, it shows up a lot more, and it just looks like pinholes all over the print. So that's why I try to stay away from CMYK. Spot process will kind of fill in those gaps more so than CMYK printing, because if you press harder on your CMYK print, all it's going to do is put down more ink, and then you're going to have a darker print than you want it to be. Either that, or it's going to lean heavier towards the yellow, magenta, or cyan side, which isn't good.
I'm actually looking at one of your CMYKs right now, and it was like the only one that you said came out well.
It is, and it was because the one, it was a rush job, and I had to do it that morning. And this was when we were moving everything into the shop, so they needed it last minute. I'm like, I'll do it, I'll bang it out. And the issue with it is it was just, the consistency just wasn't there, and I was having to go back and kind of wipe down the back of my screens and start over many times because it just wasn't coming out right. I'll show you which print I'm talking about. Vanna White is going to hand it to me over here. So anyhow, it was this print here. Even though the camera's making it kind of look goofy, this is a CMYK print. It was like a Facebook picture, and man, flesh tones are hard to do. So there you have it.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna try to get through every question. Matt, you are limited. You have a 1 minute time limit for question answers.
Oh, I can sum it up in 5 words.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Jap71RX2. He's watching from Australia, and he's asked a question. Yo, mate. What press is recommended for beginners? One to get into process CMYK printing, but limited on space. Is a one color, one station okay, and just have to swap out screens for each?
No, I would not do that. I tried that early on, and it is a pain in the butt to try and get those things to register up. I would not recommend it. Just go ahead and get you a if all you can afford is something a little smaller, get something from a reputable screen printing equipment company such as Ranar, and there's plenty of others out there. M&R, there's Anatol, there's plenty out there. Get you a single station, one palette with the 4 colors, if that's all you can really afford. And if this is something you do plan on doing long term, you might as well just go ahead and get you a floor press that's a 4 color 4 station, or I would even recommend starting out with 6 color 4 station press, to be honest. But if that's all you can afford, and you'll quickly grow out of it as you perfect your process and get more clients. So
okay, so I'm just gonna go through here, scroll, and read some of the comments. Studio 23 wants to move to Houston. Don't you? I wouldn't recommend it. It's really hot.
Why? Where's he at? I mean, Houston. I think Houston's great. I love Houston. Shannon bags on it, but
it's hot, and my hair looks like a fur bush.
Your hair looks like a fur bush, no matter where you're at.
I meant to say furs. That
A
just
furze
sounds
bush?
weird. It's a plant.
You don't even handle the cold weather. You're like, I like cold weather. No, you don't.
No, I like being inside in cold weather.
Well, too bad. We work out in the shop.
Okay, Studio 23, I heard you live in Sugarland. We like it. We're in Humble now, but we like it here. Well, we just answered that. Me, not so much. Him. But, you know.
Born and raised here in Houston. And,
yeah, he likes it, so I guess I'm stuck here, too.
I don't mind vacationing to other places. I like it, but I get homesick. Houston's just...
Ooh, RhyBeats.
Houston's home. That's all I can say.
Well, RhyBeats has a question. He said, since the audio, have you had any whoopsies lately?
Oh, lots of whoopsies.
He set the stuff on fire.
Oh, yeah. There's the Teflon sheets that, with those flashbacks, what it tends to like to do is blow those Teflon sheets up. Even if your pallets are tacky, those things blow hard. It'll make the end of it curl up, and that flashback will just go right over that Pellon and just catch the edge or something, and it just catches on fire. There's been, there's been a lot of small, like just learning curves, really. Like, say for instance, learning that I need to put tape on the bottom of my screens where the squeegee actually rests. Because as you're kind of doing your test prints and all that, the table comes up and the squeegee will press down onto the pallet. Even though it's not moving, it's still kind of going through its motions the way this press is designed. And I mean, it's going a lot smoother, and the prints turn out looking great once everything's dialed in. I'd say the biggest hiccup's just been cold weather.
Yeah.
Cold weather and making the ink not really flow through the mesh as well as I would like it. So
and fire.
Yeah, there's the Pellons that's caught on fire. But I mean, I wouldn't say that the automatics presented any less issues. It's presented more learning curves, but now I feel like I've caught most of or I've learned everything I'm going to learn. Not everything.
Speaking of like learning though, I would say like right now, and I know it's going to change in the future because it's just, you know, learning and, you know, getting into the rhythm and like, you know, becoming muscle memory. But I do feel like right now it's taking a whole lot more setup time.
Yeah, the setup time, I wouldn't say it's taking a whole lot more. I'd say the setup time is taking a little longer, and that's just because I'm getting faster at it. However, you still have to, like I said, you have to walk around the thing rather than being able to stand in one position. So you set your screens up, you're walking around the machine, and then as you're doing your test prints, you got to go to each head and do your little test print, see how things are coming out. So I'm getting my step counter is going up.
It is.
I can tell you that much.
It is.
But you can also say that, like when we did Texana's order, like they were just like bang, 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 bang. We knocked those 180 something shirts out in 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it's super awesome if there's a pinhole because I have no chance to like fix it.
There's a couple breaks that I took too. In between that, I stopped and like one of the things I was saying is you kind of have to collect ink every once in a while. I had to do that and gave Shannon a little bit of a breather. But we banged out those 185 in 45 minutes. Yeah. Easily.
Okay. Let's see. After the whoopsie. Ugly saw the pony, by the way.
All right. Do you want that one? Should that be one of the designs we include? I'm not going to show it. Wow.
Besides, that's not even the best pony. What did you just say?
Wow.
Here, I thought you weren't actually going to say it again.
Pony. It's a unicorn. Anyhow.
That's not even the best unicorn that I have in there.
I know. The best unicorn is the one that I drew. I'm just messing with you. I should see her face.
You're not funny.
Hey, Shannon, is there any more questions? What do we got question-wise, Shannon?
Okay, well, they're commenting. This is back when we were talking about the music.
Everybody's already seen that one. You cool with me showing this one?
Okay.
I still want to do this one, but there's some tweaking that needs to be done. on this dude here. It's a My Little Pony type character with the chainsaw strapped to his head, cutting through a rainbow. I still want to do that one. That one's pretty cool. I think that's probably my fave. Oh yeah, there's the Shop Sensei drawing that you did. Can I show that one?
Sure.
It's got
it's never gonna be finalized.
He's showing his Hooters. See, there's the Hooter right there. Shit, see now Shannon is like on to me about projects, and here's a project Shannon hadn't finished. Although I did tell her, I'm like, I get that it's supposed to be screen printing ink all over them, but it kind of looks, it's either a bird owl poop or I'll leave it up to your imagination.
Anyways, okay, so RhyBeats just called me out on vaping.
Why did he hear you vape?
Yeah, he was like, someone's vaping in the back. Yeah, that'd be me. Studio 23 is in Portland, and he says the market sucks here. Screen Print says, which we prefer, the summer heat or the winter cold? I hate that thing.
I prefer the summer heat.
In the back shop.
The summer heat. Any day. Then I only say that because it's fine temperature wise. It's not that bad. It's just because the ink doesn't flow as well, and all the white inks get all dense and screens dry slower. It just becomes a big headache. So I'd rather be sweating it out in the shop and things just flowing great. Prints are looking fantastic, and I'm sweating out. I'm just sweating it out and getting toxins out.
You were gonna say booze.
I was gonna say booze, but I don't drink that much anymore. And keep in
mind though, he's saying this when he's not on the back end of the friggin' dryer.
Yeah, I was. Let's just say that. Let's just say I drink a lot less than I did.
Yeah,
I'd start my day off with
there's a lot of.
I wouldn't have coffee. I'd have me a little drink. We're like, okay, I'm good to go.
I waited till my medicine kicked in. I always know my medicine's gonna kick in because I want a cigarette, but I don't smoke. So.
She vapes.
Yeah. Anyways, we're actually catching up. We're catching up. No, we're making good progress. We're catching up because.
All right, what's the next question there, Shannon?
Hi, Print It to Win It. Hey, Jurassic. Jap 71 RX2 sounds like an Android. He says, another silly question. What process did you print the level dirt racing T? That was
spot
process or CMYK?
Spot process. It was spot process with white, black, yellow, blue, and then like a neon pink, and so there was the white base, black, yellow, blue, neon pink, and then white again. So those 6 colors, and that's about it really. CMYK, just again, it's something that I try to stay away from. If I can get away with doing spot process, I'll use spot process. CMYK is great, and I mean I've got a handle on it, but it's definitely trickier. It might seem like spot process might be trickier, but CMYK is actually trickier, in my opinion.
It never phases me when you say it's going to be a spot process. I'm like, oh, all right, he's going to do a spot process. But then like you say,
be spot process.
But then you're like, it's CMYK, and I'm just like, fuck. Because
it's not that bad.
Sometimes it can be, and I'll just hear you going, like trying to get the stuff on point.
I'll say that I tend to have to do less adjustments with my screens with spot process versus CMYK. Because with CMYK, I might just have to adjust something very finely to get the results I'm after. Meaning, if I'm trying to hit a royal blue and it comes out a little more purple than I want, that I'll go back and adjust it, and then make a new screen.
And to be fair, though, we're artists, so we're our own harshest critics.
Yeah.
Like, there was one who was like, these look like shit. I'm embarrassed to give this. I don't want to give this. We're just gonna have to redo it. We're gonna redo the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. The whole spot process.
And I'm like
thing.
looking at it and going,
like,
that's
dude,
fine.
Look,
it looks great.
But he wanted them screen printed, not DTG.
I'm talking about the Special Olympics.
Oh, you're talking about my own opinion of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about... No, screw that
guy. Yeah. Well, that was when I was learning the automatic, and I just wasn't... I'll say a lot of times I'll print something, and then as I'm kind of like hyper focused on it afterwards, I kind of step away from it and look at what I've actually printed. I'm like, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. That actually looks good. So, anyhow, Shannon, any more questions?
I feel like I've run a marathon. No, we finally caught up. And if I've missed your question, just type it again. I'm sorry. Matt tends to like to really go into detail with his answers, which is a great thing. But at the same time, when we get a lot of questions, like this week we've had a lot, and sometimes I haven't been able to like get to everybody and like see everything and like make sure I'm like paying attention to the right thing.
Well, I mean, I think some of these questions just need a little more.
I'm not judging it at all.
Sure, I could keep them.
No.
Actually, I probably couldn't keep them short and sweet because I feel like I need to cover all the bases.
Well, yeah, and that's why everyone, is asking you questions, because you do go thoroughly. But I'm just saying though, with a couple, minutes per question, and when I'm getting like slammed here, so I'm kind of like, if I've missed anything, or if anybody has anything new to ask, I'm finally caught up. Sorry if I couldn't comment or say hi to just about everybody. There were a couple people I wanted to say hi to. Hi, everybody I missed.
What did we title the name of this one, Shannon? I forgot now. Do you recall?
You never told me.
Oh, yes. So, speaking of projects, yeah. So I've been working on refining the registration template that I do have up for $5, and I've made some changes to it, which is an improvement to it. You guys will see what it is. I don't want to give away too many details, but keep an eye out for that. And there's been a lot of requests for the proof template that I do use, so I put one together towards where you guys can put your own branding and all that in there. And it's cool because you can just go in there and change your t-shirt colors quite easily and put all the information in there that you need in order to make sure your client approves this proof. Everybody's on the same page. It's got a little checklist on it as well for things to look out, like pre-flight check kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. So keep an eye out for that. I'll put some videos up, and we'll have links that way. You guys, if you're interested, you can go ahead and purchase that and we'll keep it at $5. So it'll be a template and an updated registration template, in which I do plan on doing a video for those pages when you go to purchase it, to show you how to work these templates. And those videos will be up on YouTube for everybody to check out as well. So yeah, it's just another project I've been working on, and that's just about finished though. So it's just a matter of creating a video, putting that up, and I just need to go through it one more time and make sure I'm completely happy with it. There's a couple little things I need to do to it. Bam! Look at that. Knock that out quick.
So
why are you looking at me like that?
You know why. So Screen Princess wants to know which ink tastes best on a sandwich. Glitter, duh.
Shannon with the obvious duh.
Duh. It's glitter. You gotta be fabulous.
Me? No, I'm down with the black and charcoal. That's my jam. I like the charcoal black foods. It's a new fad, so I use the black or charcoal gray.
Is that still a fad?
As my sandwich spread. No, I don't know.
The June bugs like the white the best. Okay, so
Miracle Whip ain't got nothing on Wilflex. It spreads so easily.
it's like really funny because you see like
I
they're
do
like
not
them trying to get out and they make these like these patterns in the ink. Anyways,
do not eat screen printing ink, kids. That's just a joke.
Yeah, don't eat that. That's so not good for you. Okay,
Watch the kids be watching at home and be like, I can eat daddy's screen printing ink now.
you couldn't get them out there for 3 seconds to look at the new press.
True.
You think that they're going to actually be interested in watching the show?
Let's see.
I can't get my mother to watch the show anymore.
Eating screen printing ink or sitting on my iPad and playing games. I'll stay on the iPad. I mean, they're just not even curious about it.
No, they're really not.
They kind of have been in the past. Like Madison stuck her doll on top of one of the prints I was working on. It was still wet and just stuck her doll. Her little doll's hair got all in the print. I'm like, no! It was like a 6-color print and completely ruined it. And I'm like, I only got enough t-shirts for this order because I wasn't expecting her to come and stick her doll on the pallet.
We weren't expecting life.
That was one of those moments where I'm like, crap, I got other orders to print. Now I have to spend 3 hours out of my day going to go get one t-shirt from TSC.
I always feel really, really bad when it's my screw up and then like I'm like, Matt?
I'm just like, yes, Shannon.
Oh, that's not what you do.
You know, you don't even realize it. You don't realize the fact that you're like, I made a mistake on this. And I'm like, it's not a big deal.
Okay, you know what? I felt really bad. And I know you were watching your tongue today with what I screwed up on today. I know you were watching your tongue.
What'd you screw up on?
I don't want to announce it to the world. I told you about it.
I see. That's how big of a deal it was. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyways, so Android Jap 71 RX2. He's asking, so guessing spot colors, just breaking the image up into separate colors in Corel or similar and make them black and then print on transparency burn screen.
Hold on, I'm gonna need to take. You kind of read that off like a robot, Shannon. Will you read that back? Because my chat's just still not. So the chat that you guys are seeing here, I can't really read it on my screen. Will you repeat it back one more time? Because my chat feed that I generally can read is just not doing anything.
Okay, so this is verbatim.
Okay.
So guessing spot color is just breaking the image up into separate colors in Corel or similar and make them black, then print on transparency burn screen. Yes,
and then add your colors in your screen that corresponds to your separation. Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
All right. So B3 Screen Printing's making their first YouTube video this week.
Oh, cool. Hey, leave the just let me know in the comments. Just say hey, so that way I can come back to the video and follow the link to your channel and check it out, or subscribe and also hit the bell notifications. That way when you do upload it, I'll be able to check it out, because I try to check out as many people's stuff as possible.
Well, he's actually asking for suggestions on the best content ideas for the first video.
You know, that's one of those things that it's up to you, because there's so much out there. Because it's going to be your first video, it's going to take uploading multiple videos for you to really figure out what your viewers are really interested in, and you'll know that by how many views and comments people leave or ask. And so I would just kind of experiment with it and see what is really kind of grabbing people's attention. For me, the first videos that I did, one of them was like this 5-minute screen printing challenge that I did and tossed it up there. One was how to reclaim a screen. If you want to start with the basics and it's showing how to screen print, that's one way to go about it. Or if you just kind of want to show off something you're proficient at, like if it's spot process or CMYK, or if you really feel like you're just doing spot colors is something you're really good at, or water base is a good one to post up. I wish we did more of it so I could put more up there, but some of our, like the only water based video I got up has got quite a bit of hits. The ones that have done best for us are CMYK and spot process. So, but that might differ for you just depending on your teaching style, and you might do better, because the first 7 or 8 videos that I did and put up on the channel, I put them up. I'm like, nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody's going to care. And it wasn't like being a negative Nelly about it. It was just more or less like, I'm putting these up there because I find it interesting. If someone else happens to find it interesting, then cool. And I just kind of wasn't in a position, wasn't happy with the shop I was in. We had essentially moved and we're really crammed in the garage. And so it's a little embarrassed to record videos, to be honest. And came back a couple of years later, I was like, holy crap, there's almost 4,000 subscribers, and one of the videos is pretty much had got close to 250,000 views, which I was surprised. And so that's just kind of how it worked out for us, or at least for our channel. So
Okay. So, Jason. Oh, Scream Princess. If Panda does it, you want to scream. I think they're talking about eating the ink. And Eddie Jr. He used one of those Betty Crocker dollar store spatulas to mix up ink, and his kid thought it was frosting.
Oh no! I can tell you that. Okay. I can tell you that I do know for a fact. I don't know if it's screen printing ink or if it has been some of the chemicals, but it tasted like dish soap. And I'm only saying this because occasionally I'll bite on my fingernails or something like that, and I'm like, it tastes like dish soap.
Apollo keeps eating all the lint off the floor. I swear he's got to poop a sweater.
Yeah, he's a little bit of the vacuum cleaner. I swept the shop this morning, and he was just eating all the lint off the floor. I'm like, dude, stop eating the lint. And he's like,
yeah. Okay, Jason, he wants to know what I messed up. Help us not make the same mistake. Well, Jason,
that's a good point. Thank you, Jason.
Okay. I'll say a couple of weeks ago, it was a hectic day. I was flustered while I was putting together an invoice. I was really, really flustered. I think it was about the time.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it was like
see, that's how
it was about the time that all of that happened. So I was super like flustered, not paying attention, and
all what personal stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's when that happened. And it was an order for 36 shirts. It was a split job between black and white shirts. And I don't know. And one of them was going to be 17 black, 19 white. But for some reason in my head, I just divided 26 by 2. I don't know why I divided 26 by 2.
Yeah, I
split it.
I actually saw that.
Yeah, well,
but
I didn't realize it.
It didn't even register in my mind because you were handling the order.
I was super flustered and distracted that day. And then today, I was counting out the shirts, and I had in my head, like the job ticket in my head. I'm like, this is a lot more than 13 on each side. Yeah. and so I'm like, looking at it, I go, oh shit. So I emailed the guy. I was like, just a heads up, I have to readjust your invoice because I only charge you for 26, not 36. And he was unhappy to the point that eventually I was just like, okay, you know what? It's my screw up. we'll just keep it at what I originally marked you. And it
Yep.
sucked. But he's a repeat. And like honestly, the moment we finish an order, he has another order coming in. So I just figured in the long run, it's a small hit, but God, it flustered me so bad, and I couldn't believe I did that. So basically, we're
got one lined up before we even have this one even ready to go. He's got
that one's ready. That one will be ready tomorrow.
He's ready to place another order. So I mean, it's
a small price to pay for, but it was a completely my screw up thing, and I felt really bad, and I think it sucked, and I really hated making him upset.
Yeah,
and he was trying to be nice about it. He was trying to be nice. He was like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you have to understand that I'm charging people for these shirts, and I need to know what it is beforehand. And because of the same, like, you know, flustered, distracted thing, I dicked up the first invoice for anyways, because I forgot to include, like, the back tag print. And he's like, this is... Yeah, so he was pissed. So, guys, just attention to detail. That's the only advice I can give you on what I learned today. Even if, like, you know, things are personally happening. When things are personally happening in your life and you feel like you're, like, flustered all over the place, what I've really learned is that's a red flag that you need to be going over everything with a microscope.
Yeah, I'll say that this morning when we got to the shop, one of the first things I had to do was submit an order for some flyers in order to get these flyers to us pretty quickly. And the mess up that I did was I ordered the wrong amount. I ordered 100 instead of 500. But with those flyers, it's not like, you know, it's like a $35 hit. It wasn't too big of a deal. Although immediately I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, crap, are we still making anything off of this with that mess up? And the answer is yes. However, it's, you know, things are going to happen. So, and apparently a couple of things happened today where we lost a little money, but no big deal. All you got to do really is just make sure that you... Thanks, Shannon. I'm not going to say anything about your glasses, although I just did. But at the end of the day, you just got to make sure you keep your customers, your clients, whatever you want to call them. Just make sure you keep them happy, and they'll keep coming back, even if you... It costs you more to acquire a new client than it does to retain a client and have to soak up a mess up. So what you do is try and keep those mistakes to a minimum by having a system in place, and even sometimes having a system in place. We're all human and we make mistakes. So,
well, Jason's saying if he's a repeat customer, he should have an idea in pricing and know it was off. And Jason,
that's actually a good point.
In an ideal world,
yeah.
In an ideal world, it would. But most of the time, they don't really. They don't.
Most of the time, I would say they just, if they feel like they're getting a better deal than they normally do, then they're just kind of like, oh, cool, I'm getting a little bit of a price break here, or I'm just getting a good deal.
I have actually sat there in my emails and begged the people to go through their invoice and confirm everything, like that disaster of the order with the 6,000 variables.
Oh,
I begged her and I begged her and I begged her to go through this and go, please tell me this is right.
Yeah.
And and a lot of times they just skim it and they just go, yeah, sounds good. And I'm just like, but then, like, you know, like, because we're on the business end of it, legally, it's in the they've confirmed it, so like we wouldn't be liable for anything. But at the same time, as a customer service standpoint, you gotta just fix it.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of take the hit sometimes and fix things, even if it means you don't make anything. Like it's your name out there, that's your reputation, and even just like one bad review can really just kind of end up costing you future business. So,
but those seriously,
that in
guys,
mind.
legally cover your asses.
You know what? We need to get you a camera, Shannon, because I know that you don't want to be on camera. However, I'll say that when you're talking and I'm just sitting here and people are staring at me, I'm just like, it's like people that are like when they're in front of the camera, like, what do I do with my hands? So I'm like over here swaying back and forth in the chair. Either that or no, it's just that's all there is to it. You need a camera so people aren't just sitting here watching me look over at you and go,
Okay, so like I was saying, guys, legally just cover your butts. Make sure that you have terms and conditions, and make sure you're getting a confirmation, like through email. Like, this is the invoice. Are we confirmed to move ahead? Like that kind of thing. It'll really save you a lot of time. Like in case somebody wants, if you get like a big order and they don't agree with it and they want to do something about it, you just make sure you have written consent about everything. But at the same time, still, customer service says you got to fix it. And it's a good investment a lot of times just because happy clients mean happy reviews, happy recommendations, and more likely repeat business. That's the end of my thing, and we're about to be done. Yeah, it's 8:12.
Well, I'll say that.
Can you give that back?
I am glad that we shared that, aren't you, Shannon? I think it's a helpful.
I'm kind of anxious again.
It's helpful information. I think any issues that we do have that we can share with you guys, hopefully it'll prevent you from making the same mistake out there. But we're going to get out of here, guys. Shannon, do you have any fun little joke that you want to tell this time?
Well, I do have a joke, but I told it to you yesterday and you didn't laugh. His dad laughed. I told it to his dad. His dad laughed.
I don't remember what it was. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
You mean Saturday?
No, I told you yesterday, and I told your dad on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, fire away. Just because I'm not going to fall over laughing doesn't mean that they might not enjoy it.
Okay. I hate you.
Here we go. She's going to lay it on y'all.
Well, now you're making me nervous.
Oh, yeah. This one's going to be a doozy. Can I do a drum roll?
No, I don't even want to tell a joke anymore.
Oh, my Lord. I don't know who's worse sometimes. You or the kids. Just tell the joke.
It's the kids, I promise you. Okay. Jason, that's funny. Okay, so 3 men were talking, and they were discussing what when they died, what they wanted people to say at their funeral. You are so not funny.
Finish the joke.
I would if you were being an ass.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you gonna finish?
No, I'm not. You guys, sorry, Matt screwed it up for you guys tonight. We're not getting a joke. You get no fun facts. You get no jokes because Matt ruined it for everybody. Matt can't play nice, so he's ruining it for everybody.
Okay, I'll behave. Just go ahead. What was the joke? Just finish.
No,
it.
I'm done. I don't want to
finish it.
I don't want to.
Okay, sorry guys. I ruined it, and I think I hurt her feelings a little bit. I'm sorry, Shannon. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
It's okay, but
Would you
it kind of ruins the. A joke is about timing, You've ruined the timing.
I can go over there and give you a hug, and we'll just hit reset. Hit reset, and you just go ahead and do it all over again.
Scream Princess. Scream Princess already just told the joke. Scream Princess. Shannon is funny. Matt is doo-doo. And Scream Princess, you just took that for me.
How dare you?
Scream Princess ends up with the joke tonight. Yay!
You aren't funny whatsoever.
I think they're hilarious.
I'm gonna go pull the blinds closed and go cry now.
Oh, Jason's in all caps yelling at me. I want to hear the punchline.
Come on,
all right,
Shannon.
then. Well, you have to shut up, okay?
Oh, okay. I gotta.
You have to shut up.
I'm gonna just stop talking over here.
Yeah, just.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna well, you know what? People are gonna come to this video and be like, "Why the hell has it been sitting on this end screen for so damn long?" I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let Shannon take over here.
I don't know how to turn it off.
No, you don't have to turn it off. I'm gonna step back away from the microphone and go pet my dog.
Okay, fine. Oh my god, this is like the biggest lead up to a joke ever, and it's not even that good. Okay, so 3. You're not shutting up. Okay, so. That's still not you shutting up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I was kind of like out of the conversation. Just go for it.
Okay, so there's 3 men. And they're talking. They're talking about what they want said at their funerals. First one says, I want them to say that I was a good father, a loving husband, an active leader in the community. Second one says, I want them to say that I was always, doing the right thing, giving to charity, and making sure that everybody around me was taken care of. Third one says, I just want them to say, hey, look, he's moving. I think it's funny. Shut up. I hate you.
You told me to shut up. That's what I'm doing. Oh.
Well, there's my joke. That is like, it would have been delivered so much better if Matt.
No, I think you did great with the delivery. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your joke. I know that
joke time is sacred time.
Your jokes. It is. Everybody looks forward to the jokes and the shenanigans that go on around here. Anyhow,
the shenanigans.
The shenanigans.
Well, JC went teehee.
We're going to get out of here now. It's been fun, and I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's been a long day. How about that? Yeah. Well, we hope everybody has a good week. Again, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Be sure to tune in next Monday, and we'll see you guys then.
Love you guys, hearts.
And look, I'm not even set up to do the outro. What's going on here? Okay, we're getting out of here now.
That's anticlimactic.